Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Whitty's Gear Review. So over time, over the last several months, right? We've all heard about this knife that broke the internet. I've actually did a review on one of them, and this was it, right? And this is the Ozark Trail nameless knife, right? It doesn't have a name on it. It's just their 7.5-inch folder with an axis lock. Now I've carried this one for a while. I've actually got two of them. This one I've carried for a couple of months. And I'll tell you what, for a sub $10 knife or $10 knife, it has held up well, and I really enjoyed using it. I've actually got it in my... It lives in my everyday carry sling bag, and it fits right there. You can see the orange theme. I threw it in there because it's orange, but it's got a D2 blade. So I'm not mad with that knife because I've used it. Well, as browsing around looking for some bargain stuff, you know, the fit with the theme of the channel, I was on Walmart and I noticed something different. Now, you could get online and probably watch 50 videos in a row of people using right dye to dye the scales of their Ozark Grail knives. Another catchy name, Ozark Grail, right? Well, then I came across these. Right? So that is the Ozark Grail knife in green. Same exact knife, lined up exactly the same way, same exact measurements, same D2 blade. They're identical. Except this one's green. And I like these knives so much, I bought a second green one. Right? So there's just the specifics. Ain't much to it. D2 blade. They're injected molded handles. 7.5 inches. 3.25 D2 high carbon steel blade, 4.25 inch injection handle. They're calling it a slide lock and a belt clip. Well, after I ordered those two, I didn't pay attention that they also had this, which is the same exact knife, all blacked out, and the black handle. So I bought it as well, but I only bought one of these, guys. Green's my thing, so I bought two of these because I have two kits I want them to go into. But I will say, I've got a lot of knives, and the ease and opening of this one is just stupid. I mean, I'm barely flicking the wrist. I mean, look, just a, well, now I say it, just a small little movements, and that knife swings out of there. It's a great knife for on a budget. It's a great beater knife, guys. If you've been carrying around a case knife in your pocket and you've resharpened it and you've beat it up and you're like, oh man, I've got to spend another 40, 50 bucks, buy me another case or buck knife or whatever, 30 to 50 to 60 bucks. Do me a favor. For 10 bucks, buy one of these. Give it 6 months, 3 months, a month of your normal use, and then comment and let me know what you think. Right? I've been using it for months, and I'm happy with it. But that doesn't mean that everybody else will be. I know some people will just not spend the money to buy it because it's made in China. It looks like a, you know, it's a copy of a Benchmade bug out, all the reasons. But if you want a budget beater that you're not going to be upset about if you leave it on the job site, it falls off a scaffolding, you lose it. You know, you're working on top of a rail car and it falls inside. There's a million different reasons you would have this knife in the industry. And if you lost it or if you broke it, are you that upset that you have to spend another $9.97 to buy another one? I'm not. But then again, you could watch some pretty in-depth torture tests on this knife. And I promise you, a knife from 15 years ago wouldn't have withstand what this knife has withstood for $10. And I can tell you also, a knife from 15 years ago is not going to have the ease of opening as this knife in closing. And most likely wasn't going to be $10 and have a D2 steel blade. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on the new colorway that they've got here in the green, the black, the match with your, high vis, orange. What do y'all think? I'm telling y'all, if you prove me wrong, buy one, beat it up, and then let me know what you thought about it. It's $10. If you think that there's another $10 knife out there that can compete with it, I definitely want to know what that knife is, because I'll buy 4 of it. There's some $20 knives that I know this beats. There's some $30 knives that I know this beats. There's some $40 knives that I know this beats. $50 and up range, you're starting to get into a little bit better steel. Of course, not injected molded handles. You're going to start getting in the G10, in the micarta. So I get that. It's not going to fight that many classes up. But even some of those companies are still using less steel than D2. But some are using a lot higher. But if you go higher than D2, VG10, S30V, now you're looking at $75 to $100 knife. These are $997. They've been $997. They've remained $997. As far as I know, guys, some people have seen these in stores, but Walmart is really bad. I've went to every Walmart around me, probably about 10. They're really bad about stocking anything new. They have it. Sometimes you have to actually ask them, and they're like, let me check. And then they'll tell you, well, those are, not going to be stocked anytime soon, blah, 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 blah. They'll give you reasons why they don't want to dig around and get them. So they might actually have these. Get online, put in your particular Walmart store, and see if it has any quantity in store. If it does, usually if you have a decent store and you talk to somebody decent, they'll go in the back and find it. It took my Walmart that's right down the road probably 6 to 7 months after this knife was out to finally have one in their case. Just don't understand, their knife case was empty. There was maybe 2 buck knives and a Kershaw in there. Other than that, the whole display case was empty. And the guy brought out a whole box of these when somebody bought the one and somebody else wanted the other one. He's like, I think I have some more, but they were actually under the counter. And he had a whole box, and I'm like, why don't you just put them in the case? Makes no sense. Anyways, guys, ran over. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, click all them notifications. We do have our memberships up, our buy me a coffee, and of course our merch shop. Just another way, if you choose to support the channel. Anyways, guys, appreciate it. Love y'all. See you on the next one.